the best food? Can you hear the Father calling? There's a seat just for you. And at this table, all is forgiven. Trading your chains of bondage for crowns of freedom. All are welcome at the table. There is a place just for you. No condemnation at the table. There is a place just for you. Just for you. This is the table of new beginnings. These cups are full of love, and it's never ending. And at this table, there are no orphans, just a loving Father and His sons and daughters. All are welcome at the table. There is a place just for you. No condemnation at the table. There is a place just for you. All are welcome at the table. There is a place just for you. Come on. Condemnation. At the table, there is a place just for you. Just for you. You're welcome at the table. All are welcome at this table, yeah, yeah. You're welcome at this table. Say, leave your shame at the door. You won't need it anymore. Yeah. And hold your head up high. This is the start of your new life. Leave your chains at the door. Yeah. They can't hold you anymore. And hold your head up high. This is the start of your new life. All are welcome at the table. There is a place just for you. No condemnation at this table. There is a place just for you. There is a place just for you.
Jonathan, it's so good to see you, man. Talk about this song a little bit. You led this at Worship Together conference a few weeks back, and man, it was a moment. We thought it was going to be, and we wanted it to be, but what happened in the room was exceeded our expectations, and it just kind of points to the power of this song, and what the lyric says is so powerful. But talk a little bit about the song and the idea behind it.
Yeah, the song is really special to me. I remember I keep my piano in the front room. We're living in Dallas at the time. That's home for me, of course. But have my piano in the front room. And that night, I decide to move the keyboard from the living room to my bedroom, at the edge of the bed. And I'm like, okay, I don't know why I did it. I honestly don't. I couldn't tell you. But at 4 or 5 in the morning, I was dreaming. I heard this melody in my head.
Wow.
And I woke up out of the dream. And I was like, okay, my piano's there. I go straight to the piano, plug in my earphones, and I start playing a melody. And I wrote this song in 15 minutes. I wrote the song in 15 minutes. My wife wakes up and she's like, what is that? What's going on? What you got there? And I unplugged it. I played it for my wife. And she's like, wow. Like, what is that? What? And I think we live in this culture where everybody wants to belong. Everybody wants to feel like they're a part of something, you know, or be a part of something. And for a minute, it felt like salvation was this exclusive thing.
Wow.
You had to do X, Y, Z to be a Christian, to be a follower of Jesus Christ, to have salvation. But salvation isn't exclusive. Salvation is inclusive. It's an invitation. You just have to say yes. And I think that this song, it translates that salvation is here for you. You have a seat at the table. If you're broken, if you're going through, if you're dirty, whatever, just come to the table. Let me clean you up. Let me give you purpose. Let me remind you how much I love you. You're a son, you're a daughter. So that's the table.
Wow. In a conference, we had this communion moment. It was beautiful. And it was amazing in the room. You could just really sense the presence of God. But this song is bigger than that. And what I loved about it is what started as a communion moment turned into this really powerful worship moment. You know, especially you got into the bridge, you know, leave your chains at the door. It just, you know, the room kind of erupted in that. And that's what I love. You mentioned, like, you know, people wanting to belong, and, you know, communion and some things in church, they feel segregated, you know, and some things, rightly so, like some things are for the believers. But what I love, what this song says is that, hey, you looking on the outside,
All are welcome.
come on in.
Yeah.
Like, come be a part of of God's family, what God's doing here. And man, it's just an incredible invitation.
Yeah, and all are welcome at the table. Again, no matter your background, no matter what you've done. And so many times, if we mess up, we run away from God. We run away from the church. And God's like, no, run to me. Come to me. Right. You know, let me clean you up. Like, I love you. I'm here with arms open wide. And I love that about God. I love that about him. He's never going to just throw you away, ever.
Wow.
He's like, no, come and sit right here at the table, man. Like, these cups are full of love. It's never ending. I'm always going to love you. And there's nothing you can do to make me stop.
Wow. Man, so good, Jonathan. Well, David, walk us through what you're playing. Maybe give people a heads up. So you're actually playing this in the key of A, but you're playing it in G positions. We're transposed here.
Only so I can reach a certain high
note. Disclaimer. But yeah, walk us through the chords.
Yeah, so the intro kind of just starts on a 1, and the lead line goes down to the 4, and the verses just go to the 1, to the 2 minor, to the 4, you hang on the 4, and it does that 4 times total. And then the chorus, it sits on the 4, to the 5, 1/3, back to the 4, and then it repeats. And then the bridge, it kind of does this push pattern, but the first part is a 4 to the 6, to the 1, to the 5, to the 4, and it walks up, passing 5, to the 6, passing 5/7 to the 1, to the 5, repeats that whole thing again. And then, yeah, I mean, it goes back to a down chorus after the bridge. 1/3, 4. That's basically it.
Wow. Well, Jonathan, man, it's such an incredible song. And I can't wait for the video's already out on YouTube. And I can't wait for churches to be able to get all the resources they need to lead this song, man. It's so good.
Thank you.